UFC 117, May, what is that? 16th, with my man, the one and only, Andre Petroski. Andre, how you doing, brother?
Doing really good. Jake, how's it going?
Good, man. Long time no see. I guess actually not that long. It's been a couple months, but too long. And even longer, you haven't fought in the UFC since September. That for you is a very long layoff. You like to stay very active. So I guess like for the fans, what you been up to, how you been doing?
Yeah, it's really my first 6 month layoff since I've been in the UFC. But to be honest, like I've been really busy. I've been taking good advantage of my time off, and I'm really excited to show what I've been working on.
You've been busy both in the gym and outside of the gym. I'll talk about some of that later. But, I'm usually in and out of the gym. I haven't been so much recently just with all my travel. So usually it's for the fans, but also for me, like this camp. Who you been working with? Who are your main bodies?
Samander, uh, he is a 11-0. 170 pounder from uh Tajikistan.
I think so, yeah.
He's a killer, dude. He's really good. Really good wrestler. But I feel really good. I feel like the time off has been really good for me because I got to improve on a lot of the things that I've been getting away from recently. And getting back to like this.
You froze, but you're back, and I got it. You said you've been getting back to the stuff that you've been getting away from recently, correct? That's mainly what I missed.
That is correct.
Well, talk to me about Cody Brundage. Any like prior encounters? What are your thoughts on Cody?
Yeah, I before I came to Marquez, this is probably 2020. Um, I went and did a 2 month camp out in at Factory X, and I trained with Cody. I didn't really spar with him a whole lot, but I did train with him and Josh Fremd and just Dustin Jacoby. At the time, Cody had just fought on the Contender Series against William Knight. Does that name
Yeah.
sound familiar?
Oh yeah, he's the short 205er who's built like a fridge.
Yeah, and Cody like shot in on a double leg, and the guy like elbowed him in the back of the head.
I remember this.
Yeah, and so he like wasn't really sparring when I was there, but yeah, I've trained with Cody a bunch. Like I'm very familiar with Cody. We used to be, I guess, training partners when I was in Denver, but um, it doesn't mean neither here nor there. Like, it doesn't mean anything to me, honestly. My goal in this fight, the whole purpose of this fight, is to display the things that I've been working on and show the improvements that I've made and the tools that I've added to my arsenal.
I mean, so there's not much you can take away from 6 years ago of training. Like, I don't know. I just talked to Aljamain about this, having trained with Yusuf Zalal before their fight. Like, it was a long time ago. There's not much you can take away. Whoever gets the better of the other in the gym, it's kind of irrelevant in the fight. Is that the same with you guys?
Yeah, I mean, I think you would get way more out of watching his. He fights all the time, so
Right.
he has, you
Tape.
have 3 fights to watch in the past 9 months that would probably display way more than sparring footage from 6 years ago.
Right. Now, do you feel a lot of fans are saying this? Do you feel like he is on the chopping block here with a loss? He might be out of the UFC.
I don't know. Like, I don't know anyone else that has lost 4 in a row and didn't get cut. Um, but he takes a lot of fights. He takes short notice fights. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's not that ain't that's not my job.
Now, yourself, I haven't talked to you in a long time since it's been or since you've been on a skid. And right now, you're on a 2-fight skid. I know every fight is a must win. Body and health's on the line, but mentally, I don't know about job security, if you will, anything regarding that. How much of a must win do you think this is for yourself?
Definitely, especially the opponent being the opponent, the situation. Yeah, it definitely is. But like I said, like it's a really good matchup for me. Um, I think the UFC's kind of looking out here for sure, and it just tells me that they want me around.
Talk to me about the matchup. I know it's been a while since you trained, but you guys watch footage and you've seen his fights. So, how do you think stylistically this goes down? What do you bring to the table? What does he bring to the table? Yada yada.
I think he brings some knockout power early in the fight. Um, the Trayshawn Gore fight. You certainly can't be too sloppy with him. But he always finds a way to kind of shoot himself in the foot. And he gets the further the fight goes on, the more uncomfortable he looks. Like the more he doesn't want to be there. So I think that we have a couple mutual opponents, and like he had an exciting fight with Hidalgo, but Hidalgo ended up winning that. Um, he also had like the DQ against Malkoon. So we have a couple mutual opponents. But overall, I love the matchup, and I think it's really in my favor.
You always rock a beard, but this one's pretty grisly. Is this strategic? Is this extra chin cushion, Andre?
Honestly, I don't do anything with the beers. I don't do much.
It looks that good by itself.
Yeah.
Pause.
If I maybe if I'm like going to an event or something, I'll put some like beard oil in it. But other than that, like I don't really do much.
3 days
I
unshaved.
did wash it the other day at the gym.
I would hope you wash it.
Not too much. I don't like, I will. I usually will wash it with like soap. I
Man,
usually
people
use
are going to
soap,
clip this. People are going to say, Andre Petroski doesn't shower.
I usually only wash it with soap because I don't really use shampoo on my head or my beard, to be fair. But I was at the gym and there was no soap in the shower. So I the only thing that was in there was shampoo. So I was like, well, I'm here. I might as well use some shampoo.
Just to be fair, if you wash your beard with soap, you're still washing your beard.
Yeah. No,
He's
that's
not that
fair.
gross, people. He's not that gross.
Well,
Next
don't give
question,
me too
Andre.
much credit yet.
I've rolled with you before. You're not that gross.
No.
But my last question about Cody, and it doesn't sound like it'll be shit talk. If it can be if you want, but any message you want relayed over to Cody Brundage?
I don't really have any I don't have any ill will towards the guy. I think he's like seems like a good dude, honestly. Like I said, like this is just for me to display what I've been working on and show my skills. I mean, I do love competing, and I'm just lucky enough that I get to do it on a high level and make some money and hopefully get a bonus, man. Like I think the
100K, bro.
card yeah, I think the card is I like the card in the sense that like I feel like I could get a bonus this fight.
You just mean like your fight stands out amongst the rest of the matchups. You think you have the potential there.
For sure.
I don't disagree at all, man. And you get that bonus, you get a big win, you're back in the win column. What's the rest of your 2026 look like? This might be a foolish question, but is UFC Philly on your mind?
For sure. 100%. Um I want to stay ready. I know there's some big events in July. So
You hinting at something with that red, white, and blue shirt?
hell yeah.
Oh, that's
Hell
June.
yeah. June 15th?
June 14th, that one.
June 14th. Yeah, dude. I mean that's an opportunity. I mean, I guess plenty of people have said no to, or said they would say no to, but I wouldn't say no to that personally.
You're not a,
Personally, I'm in White House card. You know, I know that there's a middleweight matchup there, so
what, you talking about Bo and Kyle Daukaus?
yeah.
Well, I'm going to ask you about that fight in a second because Kyle Daukaus is a Philly boy as well. Aside from
All right, between the two of them, though, how many canceled fights do they have?
ladies and gentlemen, hold tight. Let me look it up. The beauty of what's it called? Tapology. I didn't mean to
Tapology.
forget your name, Tapology. You're the goats. All right, canceled fights. Kyle has 1, and we're talking UFC. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oof. That's 5 canceled fights for Kyle Daukaus in the UFC. Let's
Look,
check
I'm
Bo
not trying to
Nickal.
give any other middleweights incentive to stay ready,
2.
but
That
you
means
know
between
who
the two of them,
answers the
7 canceled
call.
fights.
You know who answers the call.
Now, have you been like, I don't know, I know you and Kyle don't train together regularly if you ever do, but have you seen each other at all? Have you talked at all before this one? I know he has been in Marquez every now and then.
I have not seen him at Marquez, but I did go to his new gym and
The
I spar with
Forge.
him. The Forge, yeah.
You,
Yeah, I
you said
did
you
go
guys
over
sparred?
there. Yeah.
How is it? I mean, you guys are both the homies. So how is it working over there at the Forge with Kyle?
I think he's getting better for sure. I mean, his like he's pretty big. Like
Yeah.
I think he's like deceivingly really big. I
He's
don't know if
huge.
it's deceiving is the right word. Does he seem big to you?
No, he's huge. And you don't,
Yeah,
I didn't know that before I met him. And I think he even got bigger throughout his recent Cage Fury stint. I think he's
for
stacked right
sure.
now.
For sure. Like he's not like muscularly big, but he's like what, 6'4", 6'3",
6'2", 6'3", probably something like that. Yeah.
6'3", and just like a big frame, like a really big frame that you know, he's also a southpaw and he's got a bunch of southpaws at his gym.
Yeah.
So you know, I don't think Bo has fought any other southpaws except what, Paul Craig? Was Paul
Paul
Craig?
Craig,
No, Paul.
he's a weird southpaw. I think he's kind of switch stance.
Nonetheless, I'm ready.
I hear you, bro. I hear you, bro. That'd be very exciting. Just don't hurt Kyle training. Don't do
No,
anything.
I'm pretty much done hard sparring. Well,
I'm
my
kidding, anyways.
last hard sparring will be on Saturday, but that'll be. I'm not going to any other gyms. That's for sure.
Well,
That's
hey
gonna
man,
be at the home base.
White House could be very possible. At the least, it is cool that you and Kyle are working together for this one. That makes my heart warm. But UFC Philly, another great option. Any potential fights that you still feel like you want in this division, other than the obvious like ranked opponents and all that?
Like in a perfect world, I definitely want like I want my rematches, but I don't know how realistic that is, so I try not to get my hopes up.
The Malkoon
Eh,
rematch, I feel for you for sure. Just being there in
the
person with all that.
Malkoon,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, for sure. You know, in all my losses, the guys have gone on to win more fights. Like even Shabazian, who I went back and watched like a couple weeks ago, and man, that was a close fight. It was a close fight. I don't think I had the best approach to it, but it was a close fight. But he's won what, 3 since,
At least 2 or 3. Yeah, he's certainly on a
and
streak.
now he's fighting Brendan Allen,
Mm-hmm.
and Ralston has won.
He might be fighting this weekend, actually.
I think he does fight. It's the
Yeah,
Perth
he
card
fights
this
Robert
weekend.
Breachek. Oh, banger.
Yeah, that's a good fight.
Yeah,
So,
man.
yeah, I mean, my losses haven't aged terribly, but I still think about them, and I would still love another stab at those guys.
Now, what about I forgot what I was gonna say. I just remember what I was gonna say. Another mutual friend of ours, now a mutual friend of ours, I guess. You and Bryan Battle training together? You guys buried the hatchet there?
Yeah. Um. Look. Trust me, nobody wanted that rematch more than me. But once he got cut, I realized that was probably never going to happen. And I just figured that if I can't beat the guy, I might as well train with him.
Now, I know he didn't fare great against Eblin in his PFL debut, but, very talented guy, plenty more fights ahead of him. How do you think he does over there in PFL?
I mean, I think Bryan Battle is an exciting fighter. Like he's put on some good performances. I just think Johnny Eblin was a terrible matchup for him.
Agreed.
Like there's a lot of resemblances between Johnny Eblin and Fakhretdinov, which was the last guy that Battle lost to. Yeah, I mean, if I'm Battle's manager, now granted, you don't know what's going on with money behind the scenes, but if I'm Battle's manager, I'm getting him some strikers.
Yeah, for sure. Watching him in Dirty Boxing was dope, dude. He's guy's got hands for sure, man. And we're a little past 15 minutes. You got time for 3 more questions?
Yeah.
All right, well, 3.5 because this one's. Anyways, you gonna be in Newark next week? That's the half.
I believe so. I'm gonna give you 50-50 at this point.
That's good. That's fine. I'll be there. So that means it's now a 60-40 because you have more interest, correct?
Well, my coaches are gonna be there anyway, so I just got to do a circuit in the morning and then I can shoot up there.
You guys have Sabatini and Brady on the card, so
and Brady.
Big week for you guys. I'm going to work my way down though. So quick predictions. The first one I have to ask about isn't Marquez. It's Khamzat, Chimaev, Sean Strickland. Can't wait for that. Can't wait for the build up. Who takes it?
I am not a fan of him, like personally. Like I don't know him personally. He seems fine to me. Well, but his fight style, I love watching Khamzat. Khamzat's one of my favorite fighters to watch. Him and Topuria, but man, I really think he's special. I don't know about that Philly shell and how that's going to work as far as defending takedowns
Legs
against
are
a
open.
guy like Khamzat. So there's my prediction.
Now, no bias allowed for the next two, obviously, but Sean Brady, Joaquin Buckley, who takes it?
Yeah, I think that when Sean gets you down, you don't really get back up. And I think late in the fight, especially, I think Sean has a strong advantage cardio wise, endurance wise. I think that has Joaquin fought since the Usman fight?
I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, but I'm just going to look it up.
Yeah, so you're talking about a guy that hasn't fought since June, so a full year.
No, he hasn't. He wrestled Pat Downey and lost there too.
Okay, so a guy that hasn't fought in a whole year. You have to ask yourself, what has this guy been up to? It's just not a good sign to me, especially when like a guy just starts making good money and then he takes a whole year off. Yeah, that's where my head's at with it.
Now, a great fight. Pat Sabatini, William Gomis. I feel like stylistically, this is kind of similar to Pat and, to Sean and Buckley, as it does favor Pat on paper. So how do you feel about that fight?
Pat is just a brilliant tactician. He has shown over and over that if he needs to take a guy down, he will. His grappling is just like levels above. And the Gomis guy has been taken down in almost every fight that I've seen. It's a really good matchup for Pat. And I think it's a good setup for Pat to get like a ranked opponent like on the Philly card. And the timing's really perfect for all the Philly guys. They're all getting one in with the perfect amount of time to turn around and fight again in Philly.
Well, and that's a great segue to the last thing I want to do. I told you to think about some cheesesteaks. So in honor of UFC Philly, some out-of-state fans coming into town for the fight, and even people who just want to hear your opinion, we're going to do a Philly cheesesteak Mount Rushmore. Edit the intro in there, guys. Okay. Philly cheesesteak
All right,
Mount
look,
Rushmore.
I would
One at a
love to
time.
be like, I would love to say Joey Merlino has the best cheesesteaks, but I have yet to get a Joey Merlino cheesesteak. So, if they want to gift me a cheesesteak, I can give them their credit. But with that being said, I like Jim Steaks.
South Street.
Yeah, I'm not, and there's one in Delco where I grew up, so I always had the one in Delco. But I don't like. I'm like everybody. If you're from Philly or from the area, Jim's and Pat's is like just an attraction. You're not going there for the best
Yeah.
cheesesteak.
Not Jim's. Pat's and is it Geno's right there?
Gino's.
Yeah.
What did I say?
You said Jim's, but it's Pat's and
Oh,
Geno's.
my bad. Pat's and Jim's or Pat's and Gino's.
Yes.
The best cheesesteaks that I've had are on a corner poppy store in the back on a
Yeah,
little
bro.
grill, and it's $5, and some guys just killing it in the back, making $5 cheesesteaks. Like for me, those are the best cheesesteaks that I've had.
Shout out
Lots of
15th and Masters
cheese,
Poppy Shop, bro.
not dry. Like I want extra cheese, extra sauce.
All right, so the only one you have is Jim's. I will add, listen, so we have Jim's, and number 2 is going to be local poppy shops, because I do agree with that. It deserves to be on there. Like I said, 15th and Masters.
Yeah, half of them don't even have a name.
Yeah, it's just like store.
Yeah, corner store. And it just happens that you would never think there's a grill in the back, but they're back
so good,
there.
Though. All right, so that's 2. Can you come up with 2 more? I can help if needed, but I like this to be you.
I'll tell you what, my go-to was D Nick's. That's in Jersey, but they just shut down. Lorenzo's just bought it out. But D Nick's was really good. Yeah, they had some good ones. I hate to admit this, but lately I've been putting a little bit of mayonnaise on my cheesesteaks.
Ending of the interview. Bye, people. I'm just kidding.
I know. Trust me, I'm not proud of it, but it's a game changer.
Lose the accent right now. You have to say a sentence. You have to say, I like my cheesesteaks with mayonnaise without your Delco accent. Go.
I like my cheesesteaks with no mayonnaise.
Yeah, you have to talk like that now, you fraud. All right, so that's 3? That's 3. The Knicks, local poppy shops, and gyms. Give me one more, bro.
Brewers. My guy's the chef at Brewers. It's a local town bar that actually sponsors me.
That's how I know Brewers.
Yeah. Right there on Haddon Ave. But the chef, he's the man. He's actually from the same high school as Trayshawn Gore. Yeah, he went to high school with Trayshawn, and that's fun. He makes the best. They call him G's Steaks. I don't know why, but it's on a like a Caesar roll. Like a ham. Am I saying the wrong thing? A Caesar roll?
Sesame?
Yeah, but a circle, like a bun.
Oh,
Kaiser roll. Yeah.
Interesting.
Caesar, Kaiser, same shit.
Look at your ears, bro. You're not straight up there.
Right.
Well, my Mount Rushmore, for if anyone gives a fuck, because I'm a Philly guy too. Number 1, John's Roast Pork. Number 2, Dale Sandro's. Number 3, Jim's. Number 4, hometown for me. And well, I'm not gonna say where I live. That was close. But Gazzo's cheesesteak. Well, you know where that is, anyways. I live in Pottstown.
What was the first one?
John's Roast Pork's right near 2300.
John's Roast Porks,
bro.
What's the place that what's the place that they just changed the name? Right on. So you make that right when you get off the highway before you make the left on South Swanson. It's a real famous place that has cheesesteaks. There was 2. It was 2 names. The one guy.
That's gonna drive me crazy, bro.
Is out now.
I know exactly what I can picture the place. It's like a little. I think it's like red or something on the side of the road there. It's like the awning.
Yeah. What the hell is that? The name of that?
I can just look it up real quick too. I don't want to do that. Looking it up. It wasn't that easy to look up. I don't know. What's
It's
that
two
place called, bro?
names. God damn, I'm losing it.
Whatever. We'll remember it after the interview. We're at 30 minutes. Let's call it. We calling it?
Yeah, we're calling it.
Before we call it, for the fans, mic is yours, my friend.
The mic is mine.
Yeah.
Well, tune in, yo. May 16th. Let's fucking go. Let's
May
get
16th,
some hype.
UFC Vegas 117. Petroski's back.
For what it's worth, like, I mean, my fights are exciting, and Cody does have exciting fights. So this has the potential to be a really exciting fight. So tune
No, this
in
is a
May
banging fight.
16th.
This is a banging fight. As soon as it was announced, I was super excited for you and the fans because it's going to be a treat. So, yeah, we'll end it here. May 16th, UFC Vegas 117. Petroski's back. My man.
See you,
Hold up.
brother.